And sorry for the long wait. I am Covenant Ironface, and my partner Drakmo Cress. We represent Team No.
And about the long wait, we apologize. We had a few computer problems, but we're going to catch up on the videos we saw later at some point. We're going to go ahead and jump into what we went for tonight.
Yeah, tonight we went ahead and went to go see Gods of Egypt. Not a lot of people wanted to see it, apparently.
Yeah, it was not a big crowd there.
Yeah, but I mean, it looked kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and jump into the story of Gods of Egypt.
Okay, so what's breaking down the idea of Gods of Egypt is that essentially Osiris is passing on to Ra, Osiris is passing on to Horus, not to Ra.
Yes.
Ra is his father. Osiris is passing on to Horus to be king of Egypt, even though he's probably not worthy, and Set intervenes and wants to be king. Well, these are all names of our old Egyptian gods. Defeats Horus but doesn't kill him. I don't want to give too much more away than that. Obviously, though, you figure that much because he's one of the main characters. And he's helped by a human thief. Let's call him Aladdin. No. His name is Beck. But anyways, it's basically their adventures through coming back to his right as being king. And it's more Horus's story than anything. Beck is a very important character, but it's about Horus's growth, kind of, from the what would you say, like, horrible son to a rightful king, rightful heir?
Kind of the Thor story.
It feels a lot like Thor. It's different gods, same story.
Pretty much.
And a lot going on in between. I don't, obviously we don't want to give away too much, but that covers the basis of it and what Set does to rule, the hunger for power, and how Horus goes on to fight him for it. Beyond that, telling too much more would give away too much detail if you really want to see the movie. Though there wasn't much surprises, in my opinion.
No, I kind of deduced most of what was going to happen before it happened. But then again, we do that for most movies anyways. The characters are kind of bland, but at the same time really interesting. They keep with, I think, everything except Horus. They kind of keep with the god who is supposed to be Set hated his brother Osiris and wanted to take over. Osiris was very kind and passed on to his son Horus. Horus is supposed to be a god of wisdom as well. So he doesn't really fit as well with that.
In this case, he's the god of air.
Yes, but he's also the god of wisdom. Thoth, the other one who's mentioned as the god of wisdom. As the god of wisdom is actually the god of knowledge, not specifically wisdom. But whatever. As characters, though, in this particular movie, Beck is kind of a give and take with Horus, and I find that to be pretty hilarious at times. It's like, you're a thief. Why should I pay attention to you? I just got your eye back. Maybe you should. You're kind of right. You did kind of get my eye back. Okay, well, I guess I'll give you a little bit of respect. The give and take between all the gods actually takes a lot of the movie, and it gives most of the entertainment in this movie. As for main characters, there's, of course, Horus, Beck, and Gerard Butler as Set. I don't know what to call him, but he's a lot of fun in this movie. It's like, yeah, no, screaming, come here, demon, I'm going to destroy this world. It's just hilarious.
You look magnificent.
I know. Jeffrey Rush, Captain Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean, I recognized him as the Arthur from The Kid in King Arthur's Court, though. He looked a lot more that than he did Pirates of the Caribbean. He was more of a side character as Ra, but I don't know, can you call Ra the side
God
character?
of Light, you're not important. Yes and no. So let's look at some of the other characters. I mean, Ra plays an important part overall, but since the story is focused on Horus, his interactions with Ra are minimal. Ra comes back at the end and does Ra things, but that's about it. It's he's kind of a sub-character. He's important to the story, but he's not important as a character, I think is a good way to put it. There are tons of other gods. I honestly don't even remember all of their names. He's Talk God of Wisdom. I thought he was hilarious, though.
Yeah, he was pretty funny. It's like, what? You would dare use my ego? You really think I'm that vain? I don't know. Looking at the 50 of you, yes.
Other sub-characters. Beck has a love interest. Actually, so does Horus. Horus. They both have a love interest, which don't really play much of a part in the story other than to be like...
You, go,
push both the male characters forward. And really the story is focused around both of them, even though it's Horus's story. Horus wouldn't get anywhere without Beck. And to show compassion, she's the goddess of love. What was her name again? Unmemorable. Unmemorable goddess of love.
Hothor?
Hodor. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't remember at the moment.
And Beck's lost love also. I mean, they are not important at all. And you have other nameless gods who apparently died. They suffered from off-screen-itis. And...
Yes, Set takes over the kingdom in front of all the gods, but they decide to take Set on one by one.
Later on. This is Assassin's Creed game. Just run at him one at a time until he kills us all. And there really is not much to say beyond that. The rest of the characters are nothing but cardboard cutouts for you to see their background. Now, they don't do bad about that, but it's just... They don't... Except for... I should mention the architect. The architect is somewhat important, so we should talk about him a little bit. He is Set's grand architect building this giant temple for Ra. That's how long did he say? 2,200?
2,220 cubits and not
tall,
over.
And not over. And I wish I can't remember the actor's name, but that guy's hilarious. And he is only seen as, like, he's the lackey of Set in every way. I'm better to be at the devil's side than in his path kind of thing.
Yeah, but he kind of pulls it off pretty well.
He does.
Some pretty interesting things off of him.
I want to be the bad guy. But yeah, beyond that, all the other characters just fall to the background. And there's some nameless gods that work for Set that apparently get killed on screen and also off-screen-itis as well.
Yeah.
And that's about it for your character cast. I can't think of anything else worth mentioning for them.
No. But a lot of the effects, I think we should put in two categories, because the on-screen effects, like the transformations and all the battles, are on one stage, and then there's the environments.
Yeah, or
the environments were really well done and looked absolutely beautiful. Then there's the transformations in the battle scene.
Well, not all the battle effects. Like, I liked some of the stuff. The energy shots off of Ra's spear was okay looking.
I thought that was really retarded. It's like, oh, look, there's the Beast of Pophos. Pip!
I'm firing my laser.
Okay, you've got a galaxy-wide giant creature trying to eat the world because it's chaos. And you're shooting a little blip, blip. It's Mario. That's what we have. We have Mario, not Ra.
It felt bigger than that, but we both agree, at least, the transformations seemed very silly. And to make matters worse, a couple of times where they were only mostly transformed and then like had the human head.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit. It doesn't look good at all.
And throughout the entire movie, all the gods are like, 8 feet, 9 feet tall against all these people, and it's like this. We get what you're doing here. We understand. At the same time, you need to stop doing that because you really don't want to do that. It don't look good.
I didn't find that to be that bad. It was a good example.
I thought it was kind of annoying.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it hurt my eyes a little bit more than it did yours.
The tall people. Well, they do that in movies all the time, though, for different denotations.
I understand when Clint Eastwood goes through a small door to make him look bigger, and the girls go through a bigger or a smaller door so that they look like they're smaller. I understand that because they're trying to make him bigger of stature. But when they're doing it CGI, it just didn't look very interesting to me. It's like,
Agree to disagree. I think the height thing looked fine. I mean, I like they did stuff like that for like Lord of the Rings and stuff as well, and so it works. Just let's put it this way: their CGI on the characters themselves was poorly done. Their environment and CGI with some of the creatures and the background was very well done.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Overall opinion?
Even with the bad graphics, and a somewhat lackluster but entertaining enough story, I would go ahead and see it. I still had enjoyment out of it. And I would say a lot of people would enjoy it as well. I don't think it's worth maybe the IMAX, which is funny because we didn't end up getting to see it in the IMAX, which we were going to, but it's worth going to check out with your friends.
I can agree to that. It was a decent movie, had a few laughs, had some interesting characters, even though they were cardboard cutouts. And, like I said, the environments looked absolutely amazing. So, yeah, it's worth a check. It's not the greatest movie ever, but it's a decent movie.
Now, although we haven't caught up on the other movies we're going to try to that we missed, well, we are having computer problems. I believe we're actually trying to check out another one tomorrow, correct?
999, yes. It looks like to be an interesting cop movie. 999, according to the trailer, is the code for a dead cop. So that looks to be very entertaining.
And not
the dead cop part.
Not the dead cop part, yeah.
But the movie.
So if we get to see that, we'll probably see you all tomorrow. And thanks for sticking with us during the downtime.
All right. See ya.